Good morning. Let us have a quick update today into what our trade is doing and to align ourselves. The aim is to quickly recognize any change at any structure level before the correction is too deep or the movement is too deep against us, so that we align ourselves to know where we are going and what we are doing. So we're going to be looking at the three instruments in the GIFI, the US dollar index, the DXY, and the Euro USD. So this is time. I'm going to take us through from the 5 minutes to the 1 hour time frame, and to see any price action, then go deep into it. So this is the 5 minutes time chart. Let's go and see what 15 minutes time frame is doing. So any price action that is of note, I think, without wasting much time, anything that we can see, we are still not seeing much on, this is pretty much consolidation here or correction that we are seeing on 1 hour time frame. And the 4 hour time frame, any price action to signify that we are selling, because what we've been doing is to we've been buying, and are we changing direction now? What I can see so far here, also there are signs of corrections that we're still going to go high. That's what I can see. On the daily time frame, is anything to show us that, okay, we may be coming down on the daily time frame? So we can see also on like this and this area is pretty much corrections 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, pretty much of a correction, which may signify that we are still pushing up. Now let's bring our time, the drawing, quickly, the drawing. So what I can see here, this is still where we thought 3 should be. Price had not gone to eat that to say that at least we are done with the third wave, and that we should be seeing the fourth wave. But the price is also, very close to this trend line or trend support on the daily. So let's dive into the 4 hour time frame to see if we can get a glimpse of what the price is doing. So it seems that the correction had failed a bit. Yeah, it has changed on the 1 hour time frame that I gave. So we are going to look at correction on the lower time frame. So, and one thing we're going to do, because once you have, we've been having higher highs and higher lows. That is what we'll be having: higher high, lower low, then higher high, lower low, higher high, lower low. So until here, that it seems that, okay, this is higher high, lower high. Even though it's higher high and this low, we've not had any low. So this is pretty much corrective. So, and in terms to now work out your, correction that you are having, what kind of correction? So you have first to first is, okay, so where's the maximum? This is the maximum point. So what's the flow against that maximum point? This is the next flow. So in trying to do your ABC count or WXY, this will be our A, on the 4 hour time frame, since the 1 hour time frame had failed in trying to count the correction. So it has failed. So we have to look at this, and if this one fails, then something else is amiss. Okay, so this is A and this is B, and this leg should be seen as a C, which should be the last leg before we turn to the upside. Now, in turning to the upside here, let's look at this and see what kind of correction is giving us. Again, we're going to look at the date on here. The date that this occurred was on the 17th of August. 17th of August, around between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So that is the timeline that we're going to look on all of the instruments to see what they are trying to do. So far, this is A, and the B didn't push to the edge, and we're going to see what he did on other instruments. So this is pretty much like a 90. If I zoom out on 1 hour for us to see. So this is A, and this is retracement of a 90. So if it's a retracement of a 90 and we are looking for what potentially could give us, a running flat, in this case, a running flat should not push beyond 100. So in this case, on the US dollar index, so the running, this thing can end anytime soon. That's what I'm trying to say now. This thing can end anytime soon. Okay, so which means that the extension here is 100 at this point. So this is the last place that price should not breach before they go back up. This is on the 1 hour time frame. And this is like 100, this is 123. Price should not do more than that. It's not expected for this kind of a correction that we have A and B as a 90 and C cannot be more than 100 to make it a regular flat. So it can come here to be an 100. That is the least or the last place that you expect it. Price is not even expected here. So price touching here tells you something else is wrong. Okay, so these are ways to quickly know. And so if price should go beyond here and any correction you see will be an opportunity for you to exit your trade on any other. So now if the price bounce back here, price bounce back and it breaks this to the upside, a break of this structure to the upside tells you that now price is going back to its natural course, and a break of this trend resistance will kind of confirm it. So far we are seeing from here what looks like imminent 5-wave structure, that this is going to be like a 2, a 1, and a 2, and this is probably the inside of a third wave that can actually run a third wave, probably hit this place as a third, a fourth, and a truncated 5 before price begins to push down. So that is what we should be expecting on the US dollar index. So on the US dollar index, we see A and, a 90 of a B in terms of retracement. So let's quickly look at the other ones. Let's look at DXY. DXY, what do we see on the DXY? Yeah, on the DXY, this is the date here, that's 17. So on the DXY, this should be A and this should be B, okay? So in this case, B pushed slightly below the origin. So because this was the last, this is the reason why we need to look at every other instrument to see what, because US dollar index is equally weighted on like the DXY. So we more like trust the US dollar index more. But now we can see that this is A and this is like a corrective format here, pushing price to the downside here. So this is B. So these can only give us nothing but like what looks like an extended flat. An extended flat. It could still be a running flat too. It could still, depending on the kind of, trust and extension that this one had. So let's go inside of a 1 hour without wasting our time. 1 hour time frame, and let's bring out our instrument to see. Now, so this is A and this is B. In this case, it is not 90, it pushed beyond it. And did it get to 123? It might not get to 123. Let's see, an extension from A here down to here on the DXY. yeah, the extension it actually got stalled at about 1.16, not up to 123. So, but we will still try to treat that as an extended flat or a running flat. No, a running flat. If it's beyond 123, between 130 something, 1.618, so we can say that, oh, yeah, we will treat as extended flat. So, but what we can do here is to treat this as a running flat. So in a running flat, of course, this can still also push to an 100. So this will be the last place here for this one. This will be the last place, because if you're going to take it, this is the way we take it from this point of A down to B. It's not going to be a retracement. It's going to be a kind of extension. So the 100 should stall here. So this also is like a 1, a 2, and instead of a 3, which could just hit here 4 and 5. So I wouldn't expect this one to break the top, unlike on the US dollar index that we expect it to break the top, sorry, the bottom. So I wouldn't expect this to break the bottom. It can kiss the bottom and go back. But the last place is, I don't expect it at 123, because it's not going to be an extended flat. I don't expect it here. So if anything, this is where you want to put your stop loss. I don't expect that to happen. Okay, so now, and it's going down, now, or going back up now. So this is the structure it's going to take off to break this to go up. So this is the last place. Now, with that said, let's look at the last instrument, which is the DXY. Sorry, the euro dollar. Let's look at the euro dollar. I need to align us so that we understand how to. Now, euro dollar 2 is still the same. Now, this is also a corrective format. It's more contracted on the euro dollar. So this is the daily time frame. So this is not an action. There is no price action telling me that we are going to probably change direction. This cannot just only be a deeper correction that we are expecting. So, and where it's going to, based on what we can see on the US dollar index, is this is still the same date here. Okay, 17th, the same date here. So this will be A from this bottom. This is not inclusive now. It's from here. This is a price action for a change or a correction. So this will be A, and 1, 2, 3 of a B. And this is now looking like a C. Indeed, you can see that it's like a 1, 2, and inside of a 3 to end a 5. So that is the way this one is looking like now. So we can see that this is the first part of it, and the B part of it, and the C part of it trying to run a 5-wave structure to finish up this. So, but what will give us the level will be A to B and the extension of that. So if we go inside of a 1 hour, and if those levels are taken, then you should know that something is wrong. So here to here is A. Then the retracement here actually is 123. 123. So sorry, the extension to the downside here, A to B, is actually 123. Is it 127? Let's see. On the euro dollar. Okay, it's about 127 here. So about 127 means that still we would expect an 100 extension, but not more than this 123. Cannot go beyond this. So I don't expect this correction to break 0.9400. I don't expect that to happen. So we may be getting close to the end of these corrections. And so this is where you probably want to, a bit above here is where you want to plan your stop loss or anything. So if the price should break this one slightly, you look for a correction to the downside to exit your sell. then we are going to look for a buy. But I don't think this thing is ready. This is still correction. This is the flat. This is a flat from the way it looks. This is a flat. So you can see A is 1, 2, 3, which is the first flat. Then the B also is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which looks like, yes, what we expect it to be. And, you know, which is a 1, 2, 3 format where you expect the last of C of B to run in 5 weeks, which is correct now. I think the 4-hour time frame puts things in right perspective, that A, B, and of course C of this also ran in 5 weeks to the upside, which we can see, and these are also three-way structures, A, B, C, and where the C of it also is running in 5-way structure, and we're now seeing the last wave of 5, which is looking like it's running in a 5-wave, you know, format, and that is what we are seeing now, and on that time frame. So we may be heading close to the end of here. So what will tell us that we have ended that correction really, and that we are coming down, it's a break of this structure here. Yes, a break of this structure here, or a break of this trend line will be the first signal, and a break of this structure to the downside tells us we are done correcting up. For some of us that are dragged in at about around this area, we may still try to keep our sell, you know, and that's what I don't want to waste time here. I'm wasting time again. So now, having said that we know the direction, ultimately, what do we expect? Let's make it quickly go back to the, you know, DXY. Ultimately, what do we expect to happen? Now, what we expect to happen based on, if I shift to the daily time frame, so the daily time frame is where I'm going to shift to. Ultimately, we expect that we are still going up, okay? Now, if we have a bounce around this level, or this level, a bounce up, this is the area that we're supposed to at least hit to make sure that we finish wave 3 proper. Wave 3 has not gotten to 161.8, extension of 1 and 2. It has not gone to, this is 161.8, still shy of it. So it looks though as if what we are seeing is ending diagonal of that part of wave 3 that is going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish. So I think is when we have a reaction here. When we have a reaction, then we have a reaction with proper 4 that may come down, you know, to this area, and we're going to run the last wave to the upside, probably to end here before we change the direction. So we are fast approaching. These are areas that we have to open up and be vigilant. So what do I expect? I expect a bounce up to finish and close this properly as wave 3, and anywhere from here or above it, we might be getting a reaction to sell 4 and back up one more time. So we still have like 3 waves or 4 waves, 4 moves. Once we are done here, we are going to finish up 3 proper. That will be wave 1. Wave 3 again will be to do a 4, and with the last wave, which will be to do a 5 to finish around this area before we begin to come down. The same thing, of course, is going to apply on US dollar index. The same thing is going to apply there. So we will still correcting and to do this. All right. I think I'm going to stop there. So that I don't take more of your time. Yeah.